7 Natural Ways to Manage Joint Pain Without Medication After 60. When Margaret turned 63, she expected a few things. She expected the kids would call less often. She expected more time for herself. She even expected a few more gray hairs and a slower pace. But what she didn't expect was the day her body began saying no. It started subtly. A pinch in her knee, a stiffness in her fingers, a soreness in her back. She shrugged it off until one day, after struggling to open a jar of honey, she sat at her kitchen table and wept. Not because of the jar, but because of what the pain represented, a quiet fear that this was just how life would be now. Her doctor offered a prescription. "Everyone your age has joint pain," he said. But Margaret wasn't ready to surrender. She didn't want to numb her body. She wanted to heal. Maybe you've felt the same way. Maybe you've been told the same thing. But here's what no one tells you. Aging is not the enemy. Pain is not your destiny. And medication is not the only answer. Your body still holds the capacity to recover, to soften, to grow stronger. And today, we're walking through 7 powerful, natural ways to manage joint pain without medication. No pills. No side effects. Just healing, hope, and quiet, consistent change. 1. Gentle, intentional movement that speaks your body's language. Think back to when you were younger, when movement felt effortless. When you could stretch, bend, and walk without even thinking about it. When climbing trees, running barefoot across a grassy field, or simply jumping up from the couch without hesitation was second nature. Movement wasn't something you had to think about or plan for. It was part of you, woven into your everyday. That memory? It's not gone. It's still in your body, tucked away, waiting for you to rediscover it. Your body hasn't forgotten what it's capable of. It's just waiting for an invitation, a gentle nudge to wake it up. The good news is, you don't need to run laps, join an intense gym program, or lift heavy weights to reconnect with that sense of ease. You don't need complicated routines or specialized equipment. What you need is surprisingly simple. Just move, gently, slowly, consistently. Start small, with movements that feel natural and welcoming. A morning stretch before you get out of bed can help shake off the stiffness of the night. A short walk around the block can fill your lungs with fresh air, waking up your senses and clearing your mind. Standing up once an hour to roll your shoulders, stretch your back, or wiggle your fingers remind your body that it's still alive, still strong, and still capable of so much. Movement is not a punishment or a chore. It's not about striving for perfection or achieving a specific number on a scale. Movement is a gift. It's a love language you can speak to your body, one that says, "I care about you. I value you." It's medicine for your soul, your muscles, your joints, and your bones. Every small act of movement tells your body, "You're not forgotten. I still believe in you." And the amazing thing is your body listens. It responds to those whispers of care. Not with instant perfection, because perfection isn't the goal, but with progress. Little by little, it begins to wake up. Stretching feels easier. Walking feels lighter. Your energy shifts and suddenly, your body remembers what it feels like to move freely and comfortably. As your body starts to wake up, you may notice something else. Movement and nourishment go hand in hand. Movement is one half of the equation, but what you fuel your body with is just as important. Giving yourself nourishing, wholesome foods is another way to honor and care for your body. It's about providing the energy and nutrients your muscles, joints, and mind need to thrive. These 2 practices, movement and nourishment, work together to bring your body back to life. A nutrient-packed meal fuels your movement, and that movement, in turn, encourages your body to make the most of the nourishment it receives. It's a cycle of care, a partnership between what you do and what you eat. Start small. Start simple. Begin with a gentle stretch, a short walk, or even a few deep breaths to reconnect with your body. Then, make one nourishing choice. Maybe it's a fresh, colorful salad full of vegetables or a warm bowl of soup that feels like comfort in a spoon. These small steps may seem insignificant at first, but they carry so much potential. With each movement, each choice, and each moment of care, you're slowly rebuilding the relationship you have with your body. Your body will thank you. Not overnight, and not in dramatic ways, but gradually and consistently. You'll feel it in the way your muscles relax after a stretch, in the lightness of your steps, and in the quiet energy that builds inside you. You'll notice it in the way your mind feels clearer, your mood lifts, and your days feel just a little bit easier. It's not about achieving some grand transformation. It's about reconnecting, one step, one bite, and one moment of care at a time. Because your body isn't just a vessel, it's your partner in life, ready to support you when you show it a little love and attention. So let's begin. Your body is ready when you are. 2. The healing power of food, turning every bite into a gift. Every meal you eat sends a message to your joints. Some foods help them relax and heal, reducing inflammation and improving mobility, while others can stir up discomfort, pain, and stiffness. It's incredible how much control your plate has over how your body feels, how you move, and even how you go about your day. The connection between food and joint health is powerful, and making the right choices can feel like unlocking a new level of energy and well-being. For years, Margaret started her mornings with tea and toast. It was her comforting daily ritual. She loved the simplicity of it, the familiarity of her warm cup of tea paired with freshly toasted bread slathered in her favorite sweet spread. But over time, without realizing it, her go-to white bread and sugary toppings were quietly contributing to her joint pain and worsening inflammation. She began noticing how sluggish and stiff she felt, especially in the mornings. She didn't pinpoint the cause right away. But one day, after reading about how processed carbs and sugar can intensify inflammation, she decided to make a small change, swapping her usual toast for a bowl of oats topped with cinnamon, chia seeds, and a drizzle of honey. The results were truly surprising. Within a few weeks, her mornings started to transform. Margaret felt lighter and more energized. Her stiffness eased, her mood brightened, and she felt more motivated to tackle the day. That one simple change, a small adjustment to her breakfast, set the tone for the rest of her day and ultimately her entire wellness journey. It inspired her to look at other meal choices throughout the day with the same care, adding in foods that helped her feel good and reducing those that didn't. The good news is, you don't have to make massive changes to feel the benefits of eating for joint health. There are so many foods out there that act as nature's anti-inflammatory superheroes, and incorporating even a few of them can make a difference. Turmeric and ginger, for example, are powerful anti-inflammatory spices that have been used for centuries in traditional medicine. Olive oil, with its heart-healthy fats, works to reduce inflammation, while fatty fish like salmon and mackerel provide omega-3 fatty acids that directly support joint health. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect against cellular damage, and berries deliver a burst of nutrients and anti-inflammatory compounds in every bite. These foods do more than just satisfy your hunger. They actively support your joints, soothe inflammation, and improve your overall wellness. And here's the best part. Change doesn't have to be overwhelming. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight to see and feel the benefits. Healing starts small. It can be as simple as replacing a sugary cereal with a green smoothie packed with spinach, berries, and a scoop of plant-based protein, or swapping out a processed snack for a handful of nuts and seeds. Even small choices, like adding a sprinkle of turmeric to your soup or swapping soda for water infused with lemon and ginger, can add up to big improvements. Each better choice you make builds into a habit, and those habits take care of you from the inside out. Healing doesn't have to be dramatic or sudden. Sometimes it begins quietly, just like inflammation and discomfort often do. But food is just one piece of the puzzle. Let's shift gears and talk about another important aspect of self-care: what you put on your body. Caring for your joints and overall wellness isn't just about what you eat. It's about every small, intentional action you take to feel better. From soothing topical treatments to joint-supporting exercises, there are so many ways to bring relief and comfort into your daily routine. Let's explore how you can create a holistic approach to caring for your joints, combining nourishing foods with mindful movement and soothing external care to help you feel your absolute best. Healing is a journey, and every step, no matter how small, makes a difference. 3. Heat and cold, the old remedies that still work wonders. Before modern medicine, there was warmth. There was cold. and there was the wisdom to know when to use each, passed down through generations. These simple yet powerful remedies have been a cornerstone of care for centuries, offering relief when other options weren't available and connecting us to the natural rhythms of healing. From ancient civilizations to modern households, the therapeutic effects of heat and cold have stood the test of time, proving themselves as effective tools in managing pain and discomfort. A warm compress across your lower back on a chilly morning can ease stiffness and prepare your body for the day ahead. A soft, comforting heating pad on your knees before bed, especially after hours spent on your feet, can relax tense muscles and promote a deeper sense of rest. And a cold pack gently applied to sore muscles after an afternoon in the garden or a brisk walk naturally reduces swelling and inflammation, helping you recover faster. These small rituals go beyond just feeling soothing. They actively calm inflammation, improve circulation, and ease discomfort in ways that are not only quiet but deeply effective. Take Margaret, for instance. She discovered the power of these simple remedies and transformed her daily routine. Each morning, she started her day with warmth, perhaps wrapping herself in a heated shawl or soaking in a warm bath. The gentle heat loosened her joints, improved her mobility, and gave her the confidence to take on her day more comfortably. After her mid-morning walk, Margaret reached for a cool cloth or a cold compress, applying it to her ankles and knees. This small habit prevented pain and stiffness from taking hold, allowing her to maintain her active lifestyle without discomfort. Over time, these thoughtful practices not only kept her feeling better, but gave her the freedom to enjoy her favorite activities with confidence. What makes these remedies so effective is their simplicity. They're natural, they're accessible, and they remind us that relief doesn't always come in a bottle or require a prescription. Sometimes, the healing we seek lies in the smallest, most intentional actions we take for ourselves. There's beauty in the fact that something as simple as applying warmth or cold can have such a profound impact on how we feel throughout the day. Now, imagine building on this foundation. What if I told you that adding strength, not just movement, could take your joint health even further? Strength training exercises, even gentle ones, work to support your joints by building the muscles around them. This not only reduces the risk of injuries but also protects your joints from unnecessary strain, helping you stay more active for longer. The best part? You don't need a gym or heavy weights to get started. Simple movements like bodyweight squats, resistance band exercises, or even lifting light household items can make a big difference when done consistently. Consistency is key. Just as Margaret's daily rituals of warmth and coolness helped her manage discomfort, adopting a regular strength training routine can transform how your body feels and functions. These small changes, when paired with the traditional wisdom of heat and cold therapy, can have a big impact on your overall well-being. It's about creating a lifestyle that prioritizes care, movement, and strength, a lifestyle that allows you to move freely, live boldly, and feel your best every day. 4. Gentle strength training, protecting your joints from the inside out. At first, the word strength training might sound intimidating. You might picture complicated gym machines, heavy weights, or intense, sweat-drenched workouts that feel completely out of reach or unsuitable for your lifestyle. But strength training for you, at this stage of life, looks very different, and it's far more accessible than you might think. It's the simplicity of a chair squat that helps improve your lower body's strength and balance, giving you more stability for everyday tasks like standing up, walking, or climbing stairs. It's the ease of using a resistance band that gently works your arms and shoulders without causing strain, helping you carry groceries, lift objects, or even hug loved ones with greater confidence. It's the practicality of a wall push-up that strengthens your chest, triceps, and core, all while being easy on your joints. These movements are light, approachable, and specifically designed for bodies over 60, tailored to help improve mobility, balance, and overall health without overwhelming your body. Strong muscles do far more than just improve how you move. Think of them as your body's internal support system. They cradle your joints, reducing pressure, strain, and unnecessary wear and tear over time. They take on the burden that pain has been carrying for years, helping to ease stiffness, aches, and discomfort that might have become part of your daily life. The more muscle you build, the less your bones and joints are forced to work on their own. This gives your body the support it needs to remain active, capable, and ready to take on life's demands with greater ease and confidence. Even seemingly small improvements in strength can make a big difference, whether it's getting out of a chair more easily, carrying your grandchildren, or simply moving around with less discomfort. And let's not forget that every time you complete even one set of an exercise, no matter how light or simple it feels, you're doing something extraordinary for yourself. You're not just building physical strength, you're building resilience, confidence, and a powerful sense of accomplishment. You're proving, step by step, that it's never too late to invest in your health and well-being. Each movement is a testament to your commitment to yourself, a reminder that small, consistent efforts lead to big changes over time. This journey is about more than just exercise. It's about creating a solid foundation of support, stability, and safety that allows you to live life more fully, with fewer limitations and greater joy. It starts right where you are, with small, thoughtful movements that build strength in your muscles, protect your joints, and enhance your overall quality of life. These exercises aren't about pushing yourself to the limit. They're about honoring and strengthening the body you've lived in for decades, helping it thrive for years to come. And don't forget, as your body starts doing the work, it also needs time to rest and repair. Recovery is just as important as effort, allowing your muscles to rebuild and grow stronger while giving your body the chance to recharge. With each step you take, each movement you make, and each moment you dedicate to rest, you're giving your body the care and attention it truly deserves. This isn't just about being active. It's about building a life that feels more vibrant, more capable, and more fulfilling, one thoughtful movement at a time. 5. Restorative sleep, where healing happens quietly. Healing happens when you sleep, but not just any sleep. Deep, restorative, joint-friendly sleep. It's the kind of sleep that allows your body to repair its cells, your mind to reset and process the day's events, and your pain to gradually ease over time. Margaret didn't realize how much her old, unsupportive mattress was contributing to her discomfort and restless nights. Night after night, she would toss and turn, unable to find a position that felt comfortable. She woke up stiff, achy, and drained, unsure why her body seemed to feel worse in the mornings. She blamed stress, her pillow, even her workout routine, but it was the mattress that was silently working against her. Everything started to shift when she decided to invest in a more supportive mattress, one specifically designed to cradle her joints, relieve pressure points, and keep her spine aligned through the night. It wasn't just the mattress, either. Margaret also began incorporating a few simple habits into her bedtime routine. She started taking a warm bath before bed, allowing the soothing heat to relax her muscles, calm her nervous system, and signal to her body that it was time to unwind. She also added a calming tea to her nightly ritual, along with dimming the lights in her house to create a softer, more serene environment. Slowly but surely, she noticed a difference. Her mornings no longer began with a groan of pain or stiffness. Instead, she started waking up feeling lighter, more hopeful, and ready to take on her day. Sleep is not optional. It's not indulgent. It's not lazy. Sleep is sacred. It's the foundation of healing, recovery, and resilience. Without it, your body can't regenerate. Your mind can't process emotions. And the weight of the day starts to feel heavier with every passing moment. But with consistent, high-quality sleep, the body and mind are given time to repair, restore, and rebuild. Creating a bedtime ritual isn't about perfection, it's about intention. Sip something warm, like a soothing chamomile or a lavender tea. Dim the lights an hour before bed to help your brain transition from the fast-paced demands of the day to the slower rhythm of rest. Put your phone away. The constant stream of notifications, emails, and social media updates can wait until tomorrow. Instead, pick up a book, listen to calming music, or take a few deep breaths to let your body and mind know it's safe to let go of the day. Because every great recovery, whether physical, emotional, or mental, begins in the quiet hours of the night, when your body is given the chance to heal itself. It's in those nightly moments of stillness, with your body resting and your mind at ease, that transformation truly begins. As you sink into that deep, restorative rest, Let's reflect on something even deeper: the space between your thoughts and your pain. It's in that precious, quiet space where healing takes root, where transformation becomes possible, and where hope begins to grow. In that space, you give yourself permission to rest, to recover, and to start anew. Every night brings the opportunity to heal, and with each rejuvenating sleep, you move closer to a stronger, healthier, and more hopeful version of yourself. 6. The mind-body link, teaching your brain to ease the ache. Pain is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and deeply personal. It seeps into every corner of your life, affecting your mood, your memories, your relationships, and even your motivation to face the day. It can cloud your thoughts, interrupt your sleep, and make even the simplest tasks feel monumental. Chronic pain can feel like a thief, stealing your joy and replacing it with frustration, anger, or hopelessness. But here's the truth: you are not helpless in the face of pain. Despite how overwhelming it may feel, you have tools more powerful than you might realize to reshape how your mind and body respond to discomfort. Practices like deep breathing, meditation, prayer, gentle stretching, and even journaling have been scientifically shown to regulate how your brain interprets and processes pain. These small, intentional habits may not erase the pain entirely, but they can create space for change, space where pain doesn't control the narrative. These practices encourage a shift in focus, giving you back a sense of agency and control that chronic pain often takes away. Take Margaret, for example. For years, her pain dictated her life, controlling her schedule, her emotions, and even her identity. But one day, she decided to try something new. Each morning, she set aside just 5 minutes of silence. No phone, no rush, no noise. Just her breath. Breathing in calm, breathing out tension. At first, it felt awkward, even pointless. What difference could 5 minutes possibly make? But over time, something incredible happened. Her relationship with pain began to shift. It no longer dictated her days.
She did.
Those 5 minutes became her anchor, her way of reclaiming her mornings and, eventually, her life. She began to notice small changes. Her ability to focus improved, her mood lifted, and she started to find moments of joy again. Your brain and your body are not strangers. They are lifelong partners, constantly communicating. When your mind learns to soften, to find calm amidst chaos, your body listens and follows. This isn't to say it's an easy or instant fix, it's not. It's a journey, one built on small, meaningful steps forward. Over time, these small steps grow into something bigger, something powerful: resilience. And that's where the most important piece of this journey comes in: the steady, quiet power of showing up again tomorrow. Even if it feels hard, even if progress feels slow, showing up is the act of reclaiming yourself. It's the commitment to choosing yourself, to finding strength in small victories, and to believing in the possibility of better days. Each time you show up, you remind pain that it doesn't get the final say. You do. It's not about perfection. It's about persistence. The journey is yours, and every small step forward is progress. 7. The magic of consistency, trusting the process, not the pace. Healing doesn't come with a stopwatch. It doesn't demand perfection or instant results. Instead, it calls for patience, consistency, and a generous dose of self-compassion. Healing is not a destination. It's a journey, one that unfolds gradually and unpredictably, yet one that is deeply transformative if you allow it to be. There will be days when you feel strong, as if the weight you've been carrying has finally lifted. Days when the sunlight feels warmer, your steps lighter, and hope firmly within your grasp. But there will also be days when you feel tired, wondering if all your effort is making a difference. Days when progress feels invisible, as though you've taken one step forward only to be pulled 2 steps back. And then there are the days when the pain, whether physical, emotional, or both, returns without warning, catching you off guard and threatening to undo the hard work you've done. And that's okay. It's all part of the journey. The peaks and valleys, the triumphs and setbacks, they're woven into the fabric of healing. What matters most is that you keep showing up. That you do the small things, even when they feel insignificant. Stretch your body again, even if it feels stiff and uncooperative. Take one deep, intentional breath after another, even when the weight of the world feels unbearable. Choose the nourishing meal again, even after a day of indulgence or emotional eating. Drink a glass of water, even if it feels like the smallest victory. Rest when your body asks for it, without guilt or hesitation. Trust the process, even when the results aren't immediately visible. These little acts of care, repeated day after day, are what create true transformation. Margaret didn't become pain-free overnight. She didn't wake up one morning to find that all the hurt had magically disappeared. The truth is, her recovery didn't come in a straight line. It wasn't always easy, and it wasn't perfect. But in 6 months, Margaret found herself dancing at her granddaughter's birthday party, her laughter filling the room as she moved with a freedom she thought she'd lost forever. That moment wasn't the result of a miracle or a quick fix. It happened because she committed to the small, consistent steps that added up over time. She chose persistence over perfection, showing up for herself day after day. The real magic. Healing doesn't come with a stopwatch. It doesn't demand perfection or immediate results. Instead, it calls for patience, consistency, and self-compassion. Healing is not a straight line or a quick fix. It's a process, not a destination. There will be days when you feel strong, as if the weight you've been carrying has finally lifted. Days where the sun feels brighter and hope feels tangible. Then there will be days when you feel tired, questioning if all the effort is even making a difference. There will be moments when the pain, whether physical or emotional, returns suddenly, catching you off guard and threatening to undo all the progress you've made. And that's okay. These ups and downs are part of the journey. What truly matters is that you keep showing up, even when it feels like the hardest thing to do. Healing asks you to be gentle with yourself. It asks you to stretch your body again, even when it feels stiff and uncooperative. To take one deep breath after another, even when anxiety threatens to overwhelm you. To choose the nourishing meal, even after a day of indulgence or eating out of comfort. To rest when your body pleads for it, even when your to-do list stares back at you with urgency. To trust the process, even when results are still invisible, even when progress feels painfully slow. Healing isn't about avoiding setbacks, it's about learning to keep moving forward despite them. Margaret didn't become pain-free overnight. She didn't wake up one morning to find all her hurt and challenges magically erased. But 6 months later, she was dancing at her granddaughter's birthday party, laughing, spinning, and celebrating life. It wasn't because of a miracle or an easy solution. It was because of the small, consistent steps she took every single day. She wasn't perfect, far from it, but she was persistent. Some days, she managed only a short walk. Other days, she leaned into her emotions and let the tears flow, knowing that allowing herself to feel was part of the process. Slowly but surely, her effort paid off. The true magic of healing doesn't lie in tips, tricks, or shortcuts. It's in the trying, in the courage to take one step, then another, in the willingness to keep going, no matter how many times you stumble or fall. It's about believing in progress, even when it's so gradual you can barely notice it. It's about choosing yourself over and over again, even when life feels heavy. Healing is hard, messy, and unpredictable, but it's worth every effort. Keep showing up, even on the hardest days. Keep trying, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Give yourself the grace to move at your own pace. You are stronger than you think, braver than you realize, and more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Progress may not always be obvious, but each small step you take is adding up to something greater. Healing is not about perfection. It's about persistence, patience, and believing in your ability to grow. You've got this. You've learned that. Movement speaks to your body. Food fuels your healing. Heat and cold are still powerful. Strength training builds protection. Sleep invites restoration. Your mind and body are deeply connected. Consistency is the quiet champion of all healing. You don't need to do it all at once. Just begin. If this stirred something in you, a memory, a hope, a quiet courage, Don't let it fade. Let it grow. Let it guide you. And let someone else feel it too. Share this video with someone you love. Subscribe if you're ready to keep choosing healing. Leave a comment and tell us where you're starting from. Or simply write, "I'm ready." Because healing isn't something we do alone. We do it together. You are not too old. You're not too late. You are exactly where your healing begins. We're walking with you,